great watch. It's beautiful. I love it. I love my tuner. But I mean, seriously, how many do you need? Maybe it's too many. So that's the big question I'm going to ask there. How many do you really need? That's a good question. How many do you need? I don't know. I don't know the correct answer. But I think I got enough. I think I got enough. You don't need to have oodles and oodles and oodles worth. I think I got enough. I got enough. I think I got enough. And in life you can get greedy, but I love them. I absolutely love them. 8 in the box, 1 on the whist. 8 in the box, 1 on the whist. And I look at this collection and I say to myself, do I need a discount diver? A discount diver? What does a discount diver bring to the table? I think I got enough. I really do think I've got enough. I got enough. I think I've got more than enough. And that's the whole thing with this. Sometimes you've got to learn to know, hey, I'm very lucky. I've done amazingly. And that's all I need. I don't need to keep buying, frantically buying. And that's the thing. I think I've reached that point.
Hello guys, ArchieLuxury here. How are you? How are you today there, guys? It's the Pontiff. Yeah, how many is enough? Let's post. Let's get the crew back on here now. Let's get Marco. Make me a Marco. I want to get Marco on here now. Make me Marco. What's going on, guys? What is going on there? Make me a Marco. So, guys, I gotta tell you, I love my wristwatches. I love them. I love them to death. But how many do you need? Make me a Marco. How many do you need, Marco? 4, you said.
Yeah, 4. Just one second. Sorry, 4 is my ideal number, Arch. 4.
You know what? When you have too many, you just end up wearing beaters. You put a lot of show queens away.
Right.
When you have a smaller number, you tend to wear everything.
Well, it depends your situation also, Arch. You know what I mean? If you're financially able, then obviously everybody would want to own more than 4. You know what I mean? But I think 4 is a good number to enjoy responsibly, but still have
look,
enough.
I got to be honest with you. No, hang on. Financially, look, the thing is, in this world, we can do whatever. We can sacrifice other areas to get watches.
Right.
How many do you... I get a lot of joy. I was the happiest when I had 3. White Gold 5107. 36 mil Explorer 1 14270 and a 16234 silver dial Datejust no holes case. I was happy.
But that's a little different, Arch. Now you have an LV box with 4 Pateks and Rolex and a Speedy.
And a Reverso. Yeah.
And a Reverso.
Yeah.
I mean, Arch.
The guy's coming tomorrow to take the tuner away.
Nice.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? The tuner's going.
It's great, Arch. It's great. What about the Speedy? Did the deal get done, the Speedy?
I don't know what's wrong with that guy. Nothing. He said he's going to email me. I got nothing.
Arch, you're getting him a 50% discount. Is he out of his mind? I would have taken the deal immediately. Flipped down Chrono 24 for $3,500.
I don't know what's happening there.
Is he nuts?
Look, you know, these people, they get very enthusiastic, then later on, they're not so enthusiastic, you know?
Right. I get that.
I don't know what to say, really.
What are you wearing today, Arch? You know what I'm
Oh,
wearing.
always Milgauss. My Milgauss.
Arch, I gotta tell you, the sub gets no wrist time. No wrist time.
My sub or your sub?
No, mine. Both of
but you
ours,
know
I
what?
guess. Both of ours.
That doesn't mean we want to get rid of it. We need the sub in the collection. Look, you know how it is. You just at the moment we're not wearing it, but that doesn't mean I've sold my subs in the past. I remember a good friend of mine, you know, I had that piano player as a good friend, right? Let's not name him, right? And because I had the gold sub and I had a no date. He goes, oh, you don't need 2 subs. The thing is, the gold sub was never going to stay. It went. But before I got rid of the gold sub, I got rid of the no date sub, which I should have kept. The 14060 I should have kept because they've gone hugely up in price. I should have kept it. And you know what? That was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
Well, Arch, it's easy to say in retrospect. You know what I mean? Like I would be saying I should have never sold AMC stock when I had it, like last week. But then I sold it and I was like, oh shit, kicking myself. You know what I mean? But like you can't know, Arch. You know what I mean? You can't predict these things. Like what happened if the sub tanked in value? You know?
And now that guy...
Then you would be saying I did a great job.
We were besties. We were besties. And you know what? Now he won't take my phone call and I'm blocked. He's blocked me. That's it. He hates my guts.
Oh, well. What are you going to do, Arch? You can't win them all.
Yeah, but we were so good friends. We were so close for a number of years.
Hey, you never know. Maybe he will come back around, but... I figure those people aren't really your friends, I guess.
Admittedly, I did say some rather insulting things to him.
Hey, there you go, Brian. Arch, come
Brian
on,
Brian BK, $5. HODL. What does that mean?
HODL. It means it's like a meme stock term where you like hold the stock. You're not supposed to sell it. It's like hold, but yeah. Anyways.
That's a very snazzy Daytona he's got on his wrist in his avatar. What do you think?
Arch, he's got a much better watch than that. He has the 5320, remember? Brian BK. That's the perpetual with the syringe hands. Pooh!
I love that watch.
Arch, I'm telling you, everybody's going crazy after that new inline perpetual. I think the 5320, I'm being honest. I prefer it. I think it looks better.
Well, the 50, that's an interesting watch because it doesn't use the micro rotor.
Right.
So that means it's one of the few perpetual calendars to have a center second hand. Not many, you think about it, like even my world time, it doesn't even have seconds.
And it's got pilot style indices, you know what I mean? The numerals. I think it looks, the syringe hands look fucking gorgeous.
They look, that is a...
And you get the double step case with the triple step look. I think it's fucking beautiful, Art. Oh my goodness. Stop it.
It is. And I got a friend of mine who's got the latest perpetual calendar, you know, with the blue dial, white gold. And that is, you look at this, it's amazing. He bought it from the saloon. And it is... That's my friend in Singapore. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And, you know what? It's a different league. Tell me this. Can I ask you, Marco? Make me a Marco. You're not a car man, are you? You never will be a car man? What's the go with cars?
Yeah, Arch, I got to tell you, to me, cars are just like a money suck. You know, I'd rather spend my money elsewhere, you know? It's just, listen, because when I told you the story, right? When I was younger, I got hit by a car. And,
did you? No, you didn't.
Yeah, and I witnessed like so I got hit by a car, like, just on the side, but like it was like enough of an impact where it's like it kind of shocks you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I was in secondary 3, so maybe 14, 15 years old, something like that. Maybe even younger. And then a couple of years ago, I witnessed a really bad accident where a cyclist smashed into a car. And like from there, I just never really had the desire to drive. I have my license, but I just, I just don't drive. I renew my license, and I don't really. I'm just like, oh fuck, what if that happens to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose the other thing is too, in Canada, cars don't last long. They rust, don't they? You guys have got terrible weather, haven't you?
Oh, and the roads are even worse, Arch. Montreal is well known for
Yeah.
its potholes. It's the worst.
Yes. Why are they? And you got truckers. I like your truckers there. They jackknife. They haven't.
Right.
Man,
Well, Arch,
yeah.
go ahead.
Those truckers there, those Canadian trucker shows, they're just constant accidents, I don't understand this.
Right.
What the hell's going on there in Canada? Is
It's
it
crazy.
always that bad?
Yes. In the winter, yeah. It's like nobody knows how, especially the first snowfall. Oh my goodness, Arch. The number of accidents is awful. But yeah. Guys,
Ice road
what
truckers,
has going?
that's it.
Arch, we got to get off the car talk because it's super chat
Toxic.
poison. Right, it's super chat poison.
chat poison.
Guys, somebody buy Archie a drink. Let's get Archie a drink.
Arch, I need a drink.
You know what I've been thinking? Remember I think it was a couple of months ago, you were talking about you do like one complication collection. You know what I mean? Like in my case, it would be the GMT, right? So you have the Bruce Wayne, a VC Overseas dual time, right? And the other one I would get, because you need a dress watch, right? Like a real dress watch, is the Laurent Ferrier Traveler. You know Laurent Ferrier?
Yes.
I don't think you know. Okay, let's get into it one second.
I know Laurent Ferrier. Federico couldn't give one away.
He couldn't sell one. Right, okay.
He gave it to he gave
Teddy
it to what's his
Baldassar.
name?
Teddy
Teddy
Baldassar.
to spruik it.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Teddy couldn't sell it. I mean, here we go. Paul Silesius. Here we go. $5. I, Australian pontiff, solemnly proclaim that I love liver and chauffard.
I loved Arch. If he ever wants to sell that show part, I'm gonna buy it. Salmon dial micro order. It's beautiful, Arch. They're really, honestly, they're sleepers. They're big time sleepers, and they've been rising in value pretty significantly, which is surprising. I mean, show part is not exactly known for investment grade watches.
They're very popular for ladies' watches, Chopard. The Happy Diamonds. That's the
Right.
one with the diamonds float around there. I love the Millie Migler. The Millie Migler, with the rubber car tire strap. That's kind of.
They make a lot of nice watches. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Have a drink.
Hist
Arch.
1378. Have a drink. I'm gonna have a whiskey. I'm gonna have a whiskey because you know what?
The best is the LUC range. They have a lot of really nice stuff. So they have like the Grand Cru, which is a tonneau
That's what
shaped
he's
case.
got. He's got LUCs, hasn't he?
No, because that one has. So there's the micro order movement is the caliber 96. Now I can't remember if it's the 1.96 or the 3.96 that's more desirable, but he has the slightly less desirable. Even though I think it's better value pre-owned, I think that's the one to get. Because you're going to pay an arm and a leg for the 1.96, I think, is the better one. But
I'm going to have red breasts.
the 3.96 is just as good.
The red interior of my LV box, and I love breasts.
There you go. But
do you
think
those Chopards would ever be kind of
that's the one.
in the Patek
1.96 is more valuable.
Do you think they're in the Patek League? What's your view?
Yeah, so the LUC, like, because the problem is what Chopard did, which I didn't like, is they started naming even their like entry level models LUC. So it dilutes the importance of what LUC is. You know what I mean? So that's the problem.
It's a bit like Richard Lange stuff, isn't it?
Right. So they'll start naming like everything LUC because LUC now is a big name known for horology and what have you. But their top of the line stuff is amazing. Like really, really good. Probably some of the best bang per buck horology you can get on the market. Here, I'll pull one up.
Dan T, $10. Taking kids down to Florida and Disney this Friday. We'll stop by David SW and put a good word in. Arch bought 3 or 4 watches from him. Thank you, Dan T. I really do appreciate that. I really, really do. What a cool guy. Thank you, Dan T.
We love David SW, guys. We do love David
SW. You know, you see these other losers flexing. David SW, just
Right.
Just superb.
He's just there to
This
provide
is-
you a good service.
This is a Torno case. Look at that micro rotor. Look at the work on that rotor.
I think this looks amazing. This looks great. And they just made one. It's like I forget what it is,
How
but
much
it's,
do they sell for? What is that? How much is that? How much is that?
I think pre-owned you probably could get it in like the 30 Canadians, probably less. A lot less actually.
See, that's a lot of money. You could get a 5196 Patek, but can't you, for that?
Right. That's the problem is that, I mean, listen, Chopard isn't known for their, I forget what they have like a jump hour. Yes, they made this jumping hour one. Oh, this is the one, Arch. This is spectacular.
Oh.
And the movement on this is incredible.
I see. Who buys this stuff?
Very rich guys. I mean, like, listen, I like these kind of things, but Arch, you know, I'm a discount shopper, right? I'm a discount shopper. So the thing is IWC made this one-off watch. It's called the IWC Paul Weber, where it literally has a one-off movement, and it's a Zeitwerk at a discount. And I think it beats all these kind of jump hour watches. Look at this.
How much does this go for?
Not bad, 25,000 Canadian. But again, this super limited. I think actually probably 20,000. This one is in steel. This one is in rose gold. I prefer the steel personally. And the movement is super nice. Hold on, let me get a picture of it. But yeah, if you want to get a jump hour watch at a discount, this is the one.
Are you an IWC fan? How do you feel about IWC?
Yeah, so to me, IWC Arch is like JLC. They're kind of stuck in the middle where they're not super, you know, haut de gamme, like super luxury, but they're not shitters either. Like they're kind of in that middle spot, so it's a little hard to.
I gotta tell you, I think IWC got trapped because in the day, so many watch people would use a Valjoux or, you know, 7750.
Right.
And what happened was they did a lot of extra work to it. And what's happened is when they went to
in-house
Salita.
Oh yeah, that too.
That really sucked. You know what I mean? Like that really kicked them in the guts. And I got to tell you, IWC showrooms, the boutiques, they have the most beautiful.
But they're like deserted.
Ultimate.
They're deserted, Arch.
Nobody well, except in Hong Kong, they wouldn't let me in. The ultimate man cave. The ultimate. You know, they just. Wouldn't you like a man cave with those leather chairs? You know, those leather-clad chairs.
But that makes some awesome stuff. Like this is the thing. Like the perpetual calendar, they just made this in 42 mils. I think is beautiful. I mean, look at this, Arch. This is classic. Yeah. I mean, this is timeless luxury. You know what I mean? But at the price this goes for, I mean, you're competing against Patek, Vacheron. Forget it. You know what I mean? You're not going to steal their market share.
No.
So yeah, that's the problem.
It is beautiful.
I think it looks great.
Is that a Portofino? What is that?
No, it's a. I don't know what it's called. Hold on, I have no idea. It's a Portuguese perpetual.
Portuguese.
Yeah. And 42 mil. I think it's a good size for every day. You know what I mean? Not too crazy. But yeah, that's the real issue. Like, would you get this Arch or a VC Historiques 1942? I mean, to me, it's not even a question. I mean, I know one's a perpetual, one's a... And the VC is cheaper. Geneva Seal, too. Forget it.
Tell me this. VC itself there, this is a bit of a... What's your view on VC? Is that going to be a boomer? What's the story there with VC?
Oh, no, Arch. I love VC. The Maltese cross harkens back to my religious
side. Were you ever a Patek man? Were you ever Patek or no?
Listen, from Patek, I like a few watches. Like, I like the 5320 that Brian BK has.
Yeah.
I like also the 5235, the G. So that's the regulator dial annual calendar.
Ah, yes.
I like the 5205 that JJ likes. So the ones that I like are like mega expensive from Patek, and they're not like classical dress watches. You know what I mean? That's kind of the issue.
Yeah. Tell me this. In your neighborhood where you live in there, have you seen Pateks in the wild?
Yeah, so there's one pre-owned dealer that stocks every once in a while Patek. I'll stop by there and have a look at them. But there's one store here that does Richemont mostly, so they have Vacheron, JLC, Lanka.
Yep.
So I can see those pretty easily, but that AD Arch, that's the AD I left a really nasty comment on because they didn't want to even serve me when I went in there. So I'm a bit hesitant to go back there after I left that comment.
Well, they wouldn't even remember, but would they?
Well, I mean, it's on Google, so it's like, I mean, Arch. It was a pretty nasty review.
Tell me this. Brian BK, $5. Marco, you've got 2 kidneys for a reason. One for Patek, one for you.
I gotta.
We got Perf Luxury, $5. Arch, you will drink either the Lagarde or the Talisker on the stream one day, right? IWC Movement's not even COSEC rated. Shitters, AD garbage. AD games garbage. Yes, thank you. Look, I got to be honest with you. I normally, my really good scotches, I don't try and just drink them in one go. I try and hold them out because they're very special. You know, someone gave me some of these things here. I just hold out. I've already got the red breast open, so I just go with the flow there.
Here's another one I
MJT,
like.
g'day, gents, ladies and gents. Hello, he's got that. That is actually
5270p, the 5230G world time I like also, which he has. The one Calatrava I do like is the one that he has, is the 5227R, which has the hinge case back, the Hunter case back. That is a nice Calatrava. It's probably one of the few I would ever really consider.
Tell me this, in your neck of the woods, is there much AP? Do you have an AP dealer?
I've actually never really looked for AP because I don't like AP at all, to be honest with you. But yeah, I know in Toronto they have a lot. They have everything, Patek, AP, what have you. But I don't even know, actually. That's a good question.
Tell me this. Do you see yourself ever going Lange?
No. I would never do. No. Yeah, I wouldn't do long.
Your VC. VC is your brand. Is that right? Rolex and VC.
That I would do. Rolex, VC, and I'd love to get an independent at some point.
I think once you have an independent and you can't sell it, then you'll never get an independent again, would you?
Well, yeah, but I mean, some independents are made to be sold. You know what I mean? Like you get a Laurent Ferrier Arch, you're not meant to sell it. You know what I mean? It's like you're supposed to. It's like a classic Ferrari. You know what I mean? I don't know much about cars, but I know this. You're supposed to hold a Ferrari. Hopefully, it has like a few kinky details that make it rare and desirable, and the kind of collector circle pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
I know what you're saying. It's Tell me this, when you were in school, did you ever see much Rolexes in the wild, like in the wilderness? Yeah, so there's a few guys, I mean, because I went to a hotshot university, so there's a few guys who like to show off their Rolex, but they didn't, they weren't watch guys. I only met one person. He was wearing a Speedy, funnily enough. He was a watch guy. Yeah, he was wearing a Speedy. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, these things are just like, material possession. They don't have any. Do you have a red bar in Canada? Do you go to a red bar? Red bar? What is that? It's like a kind of a club where they sit down and show off what they've got. They do flexing and they. Oh, the watches? Watch collectors, yeah. Yeah, they do have, but I've never been. Because you've got some amazing pieces now. You're starting to get some. Right, I could probably go now and do a bit of flexing. Right. Flexing. That's not really my thing, or I had a friend of mine rang me yesterday, said, "Oh, Arch, can you get me a Pepsi?" I said, "You got to be joking, man. Nobody would get me a Pepsi. Why would I get you one? Yellow raincoat. Yes, we have red bar." He must be from Montreal. Yeah, he probably knows better than I do, Arch. I don't know. I don't really seek these things out. Perf Luxury. What if I send you Talisker 8 2020 limited edition? I will drink anything you send, Perf. I'm not holding out to be a prick tease. I just want to savor the moment. These are good. You don't just gargle this stuff. You got to enjoy it and savor it. That's what you want to do. Good whiskeys, good wenches, good watches. You got to find the right moment, Brian BK, come to Red Bar. Ronnie Paul, $10. Only AP dealer in Canada is in Vancouver. In Canada, tough finding a Rolex in the wild. Collecting since 07 and only came across a few. And I work in finance in Toronto.
Yeah, it's basically the New York City of Canada. It's the financial capital of Canada. Got the
Yes.
TSX there, Toronto Stock Exchange, and what have you.
Wow, that's amazing. That looks amazing. I got to tell you, I really want to go to Canada. I really love Canadian.
Arch, I gotta go to Brisbane first. I gotta go to Brisbane before you go to Canada.
There's nothing in Brisbane. What are you coming here for?
It would just be a bit of fun, you know what I mean?
It's like Hamilton. You know Hamilton in Canada? Brisbane is like Hamilton. You know
Hamilton, Ontario is there's nothing there.
There's not much there. You know what I mean? I'm just having. This is I'm finding I'm eating this dark chocolate, mint edition, mint intense.
I hate mint stuff. I don't know why. I never had an affinity for mint chocolate. I think it tastes like chocolate toothpaste. It's kind of disgusting if I'm being honest with you. It tastes like chocolate toothpaste. I don't know. You know what I like? Chocolate orange, like chocolate orange.
Oh, yeah, they do the orange as well.
Right. But yeah, dark chocolate, very good. Very good for your health, too.
Yellow raincoat, $5.50 Canadian. Arch, I bike through Brisbane on my Peloton. We have to get your house on the route.
That would be cool. Ooh, here's another great idea.
Brian BK, $5. I vote for a Goodfellow map at Red Barn, New York City. Post-pandemic. Slumber party at Tim's parents' house.
Well, actually, something that me, JJ, Tim, and a couple other guys discussed is post-pandemic, we're thinking Niagara Falls because it's a good meetup point between the New York guys and Canadian guys. It's not super far for both parties, so that's what we were thinking. But I mean, as for the plans, I have no idea where we're at on that. I don't think we really discussed it much. That would be cool.
Ronnie Paul, $5. A few years back, they closed the RM dealership in Toronto. You want an RM, you have to go to the States.
Right. But I think Toronto has like Journe. They have a lot of the stuff, like the big name retailers, Patek, Journe. Maybe not AP, because Vancouver has a lot of the Asian money also, and they love AP. So yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yes, but yeah, RM in Canada is too dear.
Perth Luxury, $2. Brisbane is shitter due to Palachuk. Yeah, look, I got to tell you the politics here. We got a left wing premier. We got too much government. We got 3 layers of government. We got local government, state government, and federal. And we only
have the same thing.
Country.
And we have the same thing in Montreal. We have Montreal,
overregulated,
Quebec, and then Canada. Ridiculous.
And I got to tell you, what percent speak French compared to English in Canada? What's the breakup of that?
Oh, it's pretty bad. Almost nobody speaks French apart from in Quebec. Like Quebec is even 60-40. I mean, the French language was dying in Quebec because people just learn English, right? English is the language of money. So they instilled laws where all new immigrants have to go to French schools automatically, and anybody whose parents went to French school, they have to go to French school. So now it's now they're forcing people to learn French here in Quebec. And they require stupid shit, like restaurants have to have like all French menus, French names. That's why Amazon didn't want to come to Montreal, Arch. They're like, fuck this. The French language is too restrictive.
Yes.
Listen, I like French. I was born French. Mon père est français, so I speak French pretty fluently.
That's amazing. You can go and speak because the Sterns in Switzerland, they speak French,
Right. I speak French fluently. I've spoken French my whole life, but I don't believe in those restrictive kind of protection
Have you been
laws.
to Paris? I want to go to Paris. Midnight. What's that Woody Allen movie?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
isn't Woody Allen a pedo? I don't think it's a good idea to bring him up.
No, he's a fantastic director. Just one of the world's greatest film directors. No, look, he was with this lady and he ended up marrying her stepdaughter. But he's been with her for 30 years now. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that originally.
Right.
And Frank Sinatra offered to get him rubbed out.
That's funny.
It's not funny at the time, though, was it?
Yeah, I guess not, right? Yeah.
Hey? Midnight in Paris, the movie is called. One of the greatest. I love that. It's one of my favorite movies in English. Midnight in Paris. Okay? Because what I love about that movie is it makes you realize what period of time do you wish you were in. Like Marco. Marco would say, I wish I was in the 80s or the 70s because you could buy Rolex Submariners cheap. Hoard them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
What
but you
time
couldn't.
period
I would go
would you like
Daytona,
to be in?
Are you kidding? I would love to be in like the 80s. I feel like the 80s was such a blast. Like if I could be my age in the 80s.
Yeah, I kind of was more late 80s, early 90s. I was early, so I was kind of just... But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It was a different...
It's just like the movies speak so fondly of the 80s, so I would just love to see what the hell happened, you know what I mean? But,
yeah.
I mean, who knows?
It was pretty boring. You know, we had computers. They were garbage. Computers.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of like where I'm at now, Arch.
Like, you know, a smartphone today is far more powerful than any computer from the 90s.
By the way, I just want to shout this. Best place to purchase 55. Talk to a guy on Instagram. His name is Buying Time Watches. That's his handle. I'll put it in the chat. That's who I bought my sub from. It's Bear recommended him. He's the best pre-owned dealer in Canada. Definitely the guy to speak to. We got a super chat.
Markel Bassa, $2. Looking sweaty, Arch. Working out or jacking it? Looking sweetie. Looking sweet, Arch. Working... No, I don't know. This chair, I got to sit upright. That's all. I can't slouch in this chair. I got to tell you guys, seriously, you know what? I really do think the watch... I love my watches. Love the watches. You gotta have fun in life. What do you want in life, Marco? Make me a Marco! That's what I want. Make me a Marco.
You know, Arch, I'm kind of happy with where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm about to graduate university. I've got 2 Rolexes, a PAM. You know, I'm just taking it all in stride. You know, so many people just want this and want that. I just want to...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just take life. I've never been like, I'll plan out things, but, you know, if it happens, but take it all in stride, you know?
Take it in your stride. Good advice from the Marco. Good advice from the Marco.
Now, if you want that was a diplomatic answer, Arch. If you want the real answer, I want to make boatloads of money and have watches up my wazoo. No, I'm just kidding.
How many... I got a friend of mine who's got 1 point something million in watches. 50, 60 watches. How many... Look, I got to be honest with you.
I think you have the perfect number. 8 plus an LV box. That's perfect.
8 in the box, 1 on the wrist.
Yeah, if you want to do that too, you can do 9, 8 in the box, 1 on the wrist. But I think truly past 8 is like excessive, Arch. It's a little.
By the way,
I would say 12. Like 12 is probably a good number too. 12, 15. More than 15 is probably too many. Like 2 LV boxes and done. That's the most you can do.
I was thinking of putting some stuff in the safe today. What do you think?
Well, what are you going to put?
I was going to put everything in. I'm going to keep out the Milgauss and my Speedy. Just keep those 2 out.
No love for the sub, huh?
No. I love the sub. It's just not the right time to wear it at the moment. I love the sub. I love my sub.
It's true. I guess sub is better for your warmer months, right? Because you got that glide lock clasp.
Yeah, I love it, man. That glide lock.
Oh, that's amazing.
But
that's the one thing that you don't get on this.
The half clasp is good enough, I find.
It's good, but it's like it doesn't get to perfect fit. The sub is perfect every time. You know what I mean? It's perfect. It's the best. That's why I'm like, oh fuck it. It's just a great watch, you know.
And Darth Nagus, he was never his daughter because he never married Mia Farrow. That was Mia Farrow's stepdaughter, and they never married. So, and they never really lived together either. They lived separately. They kind of, yeah.
Man, I got to tell you, Arch, what do you think about that one complication collection? You know what I mean? Like all GMT you do, Bruce Wayne, the Vacheron Overseas Dual Time, and you get the Laurent Ferrier Traveler.
The only problem is, would you have the balls to get rid of your Pam to do that?
Well, I mean, I could keep it. It's just like a sub collection.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? What do you think? Like, I'm really fond of people who have a real passion for one sort of theme in their collection, right? Like, whether it's one watch per brand, right, or whether it's, say, subs, divers. They collect divers. Diver. Or, say, GMTs. And the only thing is, I don't like it when they... And also, I love people who do one color metal, white metal only. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think sometimes rules give your collection a bit of structure. They really do give your collection structure.
Right.
Does that make sense or not?
Yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, watches is also a little bit emotional, you know what I mean? So there's like that component where you just can't choose what watches you like.
No.
So it's more like a connection.
Like in your case, you can't do it because you got the...
Well, I can do one watch per brand and all in one color metal, right?
But I tell you honestly, I love your dive. You got the Pam, you've got the sub. You can't get rid of... See, I think honestly, you can't get rid of the Pam, you can't get rid of the sub, you can't get rid of the GMT.
Right.
The historiques, man, you're not even 25.
I know, which is crazy. I'm talking VC at not even 25. Right.
I think, would you get a reverso before you get the VC? Because that's normally the next step. A reverse. Do you like reversos?
It's like the Royal Oak Arch. I respect its place in history and horology, but I don't think I would ever own one. I don't think I'd ever own one. You know what I mean?
Perf Luxury $5. Marco, one day I'll catch up with you at Habs versus Bruins game at Ding Dong Center in Montreal. Bring brig umbrella, rain protection included for free.
You know why I said Ding Dong? Because it's called the Bell Center. You know, like.
Oh, okay, got you.
And Habs and Bruins is like a time old rivalry, but it's more, I guess, Suns and Maple Leafs. Montreal versus Toronto is probably a bigger rivalry.
Wow, that's amazing.
And we got one more super chat.
Arch, have you ever owned a Gomfeld? Never heard. What's a Gnomfield?
Oh, they're third generation watchmakers. They're independent watchmakers. They're brothers. So they're the Gronfeld brothers. And yeah, they got their start, interestingly, Arch. You know, Renault and Poppy, right? Which is now owned by AP.
Yes.
That's where they got, I guess, kind of more their fame and notoriety. And they make amazing watches. Principia is their like base automatic version. They have the Remontoire.
Do you really want these independents? Are you into movements?
I love this. I love this stuff. I love it. Gronfeld is beautiful art. Let me pull one up. You're gonna love this.
What makes you get into Rolex if you like these independents? Why would you even go? Isn't Rolex the sort of the nemesis, the arch enemy, or
no? Because you need Rolex at least one. It's just so usable. It's waterproof. It's just an Arch. It's like I said before.
That's what I don't understand with you. Like when we were doing the fundraiser for you, you had the sub,
right?
And it was always, I want to get a Pepsi. It was started off as a birth year Pepsi for you, wasn't it?
Right. Well, it's because I wanted to build a base. You know what I mean? Sub GMT, and then build out from there. You want to build out a nice core, and then build out from there. Because once you have a core, you can build out or go any direction. You know what I mean? You have your core pieces. There you go.
Did you see my advice for a young guy? He said that he's working in engineering and it sucked, so now he wants to go into finance. And I said to him, I think you'll find finance can suck just as much. Did you like that advice?
I agree with that 100%, Arch. The hours are worse, the bosses are worse, and the pay is
Exactly.
shit unless you stay in for a long time.
Yep, unless you stay in for a long time, it is shit. 100%.
But yeah, this is their base. Oh, sorry. This is their base Principia. I like this one. It's got the salmon dial
Interesting.
with those blued hands. This is the movement. The finishing on this is spectacular. And
yes.
Interestingly, Arch, the bridges are all in steel, which is atypical because steel is actually a very difficult metal to finish like this. But yeah, we got a couple super chats pulling up.
Here we go. Watches 24, $5. Daytona 116515 LN or 116519 LN. So one's a white gold. What's the 515?
116519 LN.
Yeah, that's the white gold. On the
rubber.
And what's the other one is 116515 LN. What the hell is that?
Pull it up.
Oh, it's the chocolate. The chocolate.
Oh, it's probably this one.
Look, you know what?
I prefer the first one.
They're both amazing. I reckon the white gold, man. White gold. Always I love white gold. I love white. Look, they're both beautiful. Look, to be completely honest with you, they are both amazing. If I had to pick one personally, I think either way, man. I don't think you could go wrong either way. Sorry.
You prefer the brown over the other one?
I love both of them. They're both beautiful.
This is the better one, Arch, 100%. And you get the red text, Daytona. I think this is the one.
I know, but
and it looks like it's steel.
Gold. People think it's steel.
Under the radar.
The thing,
right, it's under the radar, more under the radar.
Yeah. They're both gorgeous. Sorry, I've got to tell you, they're both gorgeous. MJT, $15. Arch, how do you find the LV box once it is empty and all the watches are in the bank safe? Do you still enjoy it, or is it just a reminder that in the real world you cannot keep your watches at home? Good question. I've always had the box full because I took the watches out the day I bought it. I'm taking it back today, basically because just security. You know, I don't like to have those, so I'm taking them back in. Look, do you still enjoy it, or is it just a reminder? No, I like the box. The box is cool. The box is cool, okay? Right.
It doesn't mean you can't still keep your watches in the box, even though you don't have the box filled up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the box is cool. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Perf Luxury, $2. Marco, it's a German brand. Remember the rules.
I think it's talking about grown. They're from the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're from the Netherlands. Let's move on swiftly. We don't
Yankee
like the Netherlands.
Yankee Doodle, $5. I find that many watch collectors enjoy hoarding, possessing, and fondling of the watches more than actually wearing them. Thoughts? 100%. That's why I hate it when people say, "Oh, why did you sell it?" "Oh, I wasn't wearing it." But it's the hoarding and possessing. You don't have to wear nothing. You don't. It's just the owning and looking at it and shaking it and listening to. It's just so many more things. It's like sex. Sex isn't always about normal intercourse. Sex is in the brain. Do you understand? It's mainly in the brain. It's the actual physical isn't. I mean, there's some enjoyment from the physical, but it's the other things that are so important. Yankee Doodle, MJT, I'm in the same boat with watches, which is why I haven't purchased a nice box. It's a shame. Well, of course it is, because there's burglars everywhere. Jesus Christ.
That's the most unfortunate.
They will rob you blind.
Right.
That's just how it goes, my friend. Archie, are you wearing pants? Yes. I got long pants on, and I got my nice shoes on, too. That's the shoes Brian got me. He got them from an op shop.
Wait a second.
They came out of a
guy
guy who recently died.
This is Paul Silicius' friend on Instagram. He has a crazy collection. I'm pretty sure his Instagram is the same as his YouTube handle. Arch, he's got some crazy stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. But Arch, this is the guy. Longest service bill. You know how much it cost him? He
Yes.
sent in his watch to get serviced. So
Yes.
total bill, right? Because he had to get a few
Yes.
repairs done. I think it cost him like 9,000 euros or something like that. It's 9,000 US.
Jeez. Eye-watering. What do you
Phew.
say?
Oh man,
Okay.
I mean, he had to get some repairs done, which is, you know what I mean. Like, it is what it is, but
It is what it is.
right.
What should I do with my Allen cups?
Give
You
him
a
away
fan
on
of
the
Ellen
chat.
Degenerate?
I am not a fan, Arch. I am not a fan.
You're not a fan? Could you become a fan?
I don't think so. My mom likes Ellen, or she used to like Ellen.
Nobody likes Ellen since they found out she's a real bitch in real life.
Well, I mean, I don't see that as much of a surprise, Arch.
I don't see it as a surprise either.
Most of those people who are in Hollywood are pretty. They tend to
Nasty.
show sociopathic tendencies, so it doesn't really shock me, Arch.
Of course, they're all self-interested sons of bitches, aren't they?
They're first-rate celebrities, Arch. You know what I mean? So it's like their shit doesn't stink. They're the best.
Yes.
Everything they have is they can walk on water.
100%. That is 100%. Their shit don't stink.
They're just unapproachable. That's really the problem. They're just totally unapproachable.
Leo C, $5. AD offered full sicker pre-owned Daytona for 35,000. Do you think they were going to flick it out the back door? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Wait, is it an AD that resells pre-owned watches? And are they a Rolex AD? I don't. Arch, this is extremely suspect.
Yeah, look, it's a terrible game. Tell me this, Marco, in your life there, right? You've got everything worked out. Are you?
Nothing worked out, Arch.
No, look at this, you've got two Rolex base, you've got a PAM. You've decided you're not selling anything, haven't you? Really?
No.
That's it.
The only thing I would contemplate selling is a sub, but I'm not going to.
What for?
You know what for, right?
The VC.
Right, the VC, right.
VC. But tell me this, if you had your time there, what would you like to see happen? Like, you know who I got a lot of respect for is Vacheron has a whole collection which he got when he got his first watch at 17. He added, and when he's in his 50s now, he's got a big ensemble. Would you do the same thing? Is that what your plan is?
I would like to do, like you, LV box with 8 watches. I think 8 is a good number.
You want an LV box? It's my gig!
Arch, listen, every man needs an LV box, okay? That's the new I don't know. Listen, I have no idea, Arch.
Michael Bass, $5. Paul Silicius and I are now drinking and smoking fat cigars. Cheers, Marco. Pick your favorite watch off Insta and explain why.
I mean, you've got a lot of amazing watches. One that I really like in particular is the Alfred from Urban Jurgensen, because my favorite watchmaker, independent watchmaker, helped commercialize that watch. So it's Kari Voutilainen. He helped with the production and kind of
Are you
commercial.
a Google Force fan? Google Force?
I mean, Arch, I think independent Holy Trinity is Jorn, Grubel Forsey, and Kari Voutilainen. So yeah, Grubel Forsey is probably
Not even Jorn.
Yeah, Jorn, Grubel Forsey, and Kari
Voutilainen.
Yeah.
I see.
I like Dufour, but Arch, the problem is he doesn't make his own dials. The watches, the finish is excellent, but at that level,
Roger Smith fan? Are you a Roger Smith fan?
Here's my problem, okay? And you can disagree with me. I don't respect independents who just make round case watches because they're not taking much commercial risk, you know what I mean? They're not doing anything groundbreaking or revolutionary. Like, listen, the level of finish, the level of watch is incredible, but it's not like I could find that from Patek. You know what I mean? If I want a traditional round case watch, I want something a little bit different, interesting to the piece, apart from the insane movement finishing or the really cool movement itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, but Roger Smith makes amazing watches for sure.
Roger Smith. Roger Smith makes amazing
You know who else?
watches.
Arch, you know who else makes good wristwatches? They actually
Who's
just
that?
came up with them a couple of years ago. It's the Rodin's pocket watch, Charles Frodsham, who's also from the UK. They made a double impulse chronometer that's really nice. Here, I'll pull it up. It's got the natural escapement from Breguet. It's really nice, actually.
Wow,
I prefer-
that's amazing.
I prefer that from. Hold on, let me pull this up. There it is. So you can get them with the royal warrants on the dial or non-royal warrants. I prefer obviously without it.
Yes.
And the movement is spectacular. Look at this. Oh wait, it's a terrible picture. Here we go. So you see the two balance wheels?
Yeah.
That's the natural escapement. So it was eventually, it was first invented by Breguet, Abraham Louis Breguet, in a pocket watch. But a lot of guys have done their own take on it. So Journe did it,
It's
Carey
not
did it.
finished that nicely. Look at the wheels there. It's not
No,
sharp
no.
at edges, is it?
It is, but this is the British style. That's the difference. It's very different to the Swiss. You know what I mean? This is very hard edges, like frosted, a lot of bridges. It's very different way of styling their watches, but it's the highest level finish. Yes,
How much?
it's
are
just not
these?
as nice. Expensive Arch. They're like 90,000, I think so, or something like.
And
They're
look
really
at that spring bar. What sort of weird spring bar? Bent spring bar is this?
Yeah, it's a curved spring bar.
That's a pain in the ass to replace, isn't it?
And I think this one is like a special metal. It's not like 18 carats, like 22 or something like that. Like it's I forget what it is, but it's a special gold mix.
Yellow raincoat, $5.50. Marco, should I buy a Breitling Pistachio Edition chronograph?
Too feminine. I don't like them. That's the.
I think they're a bit fat. They're a bit, they're
No,
not
that one is
really-
nice. That one is nice, but I don't like mint like that. Here, hold on. Let me pull it
Mint.
up. Where is it? Yeah, it's just, oh man, Arch, I can't fall in love with this. These are nice. They're nice if they did in a
It
different
depends if green is
color.
your color. It depends if green. I like that more richer green to the left there. I think that's a nice looking.
Yeah,
way
that
to
one is
go.
a nice one. Like
But
if
I do like 2 Reg chronos. I must admit, I got a soft spot for 2 Reg chronos. I think that is a.
if you want to get Breitling, I like this one. This is the one to get in my opinion. The Panda, 2 Reg Chrono. I like this.
Yeah.
Couple super chats.
Here we go. Perf Luxury, $2. Brig watch box from Switzerland with love. They do a watch box?
I have no idea.
Maybe they do. We'll have to look
Maybe.
into that.
Looks great.
Yankee Doodle, $2. I'm down 3,000 on a crypto trade. Fike me, Dad. Ooh, Yankee, what's going on?
That's never good.
And Roberto Noguria, 10R. Archie and Marco, your thoughts on the Breitling Chronomat? I really hate the Chronomat. I never really.
They're a little
I
bit
don't
big
like
and
the
bulky.
bezel. I don't like the bezel, and I don't like the crown. They've always had that weird crown there. And I had a boss who I couldn't stand. He had a Chronomat, and he said
What do you
to
think
me,
about that bracelet? The bullet style bracelet?
it's not. I don't like it. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, I swim with my watch." I said, "You know it's not waterproof, don't you?" He goes, "Oh, I swim with it. It's fine." I thought, my God, this guy's nuts. I mean, it's water resistant, right? But it's not. You shouldn't really be.
Well, no watch is technically waterproof, right?
Yes.
Like even a
yes.
Rolex isn't waterproof; it's water
No,
resistant.
it's resist. But you're taking it. You shouldn't take that stuff in the pool. You know what I mean?
Right, you're taking a bit of a risk because not all watches are made equal. You know what I mean? But Breitling is still a good company. I wouldn't be that scared.
No. Breitling is a great. I love Breitling. JBIDX, $10. You want risk beyond just round cases? All but one you discuss use the same old Swiss lever escapement. Risky. How about take the coax to the next level?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Listen, there's a part also that when you're comparing independents, it comes down to personal preference because they're all made at the highest level. It's what would you enjoy wearing? You know what I mean? So for me, it would be those three. But yeah, I mean, listen, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, Journe has made watches with the double impulse escapement, right? The Échappement Naturel. So has Grubel. So has Carey. And Carey helped with the Den escapement that they made in Urban Jurgensen with Derek Pratt. So I mean, there's arguments that can be made on all sides. So listen, again, what do I know? It's just what I would pick. Just my picks.
REG $2. Got my second shot and suddenly love Ming.
Oh, that's funny.
He's cool. I gotta tell you, the next watch for you, all things considered, hopefully a VC for you down the track, a couple years down the track.
Right, VC, and then
I love that VC driver's watch. The 1921. That is so sexy.
Gorgeous.
That's so expensive. I don't understand. Why is that the same price as a Patek annual calendar? Why is it so dear for a three-hander? I don't understand.
Well, it's got, Arch, you're getting a lot of gold, and it's got the caliber 4400, which is a great movement. It's Arch. It's a VC. You know what I mean? It's what it would be.
Patek is a Patek. You can get a Patek complication for that money.
Right. Again, it's part of their historiques range, right? So, like even the Corne de Vache, they're charging like what 40,000.
You're not convincing me. You're not convincing me.
I don't know how to tell you, Arch. I think it's overpriced too. You're not. I can't agree. I can't disagree with you. I think it's overpriced, 100%. I'll buy it pre-owned all day.
Muhammad Ali, £5. Any recommendations on getting a rubber or leather strap for my Rolex sub bluesy? What color would go best? You know what? I tend to keep it on the bracelet. I got to be totally honest with you. The problem with this blue now is this has he got the ceramic bluesy or is it the Holes case? I honestly think if you look, what they've done is they've moved the hole positioning so you can't put straps or NATOs on a Rolex anymore. They've done it very carefully, and they're absolute bastards. So I would tend to say I would leave the bluesy. That's you know what I really love with my Speedy now? I've put it on that Theo and Harris strap, the Type 1. I love it, man. Because it tapers down. I absolutely love that strap, okay? Does that make sense, Marco?
Arch, I definitely don't disagree with you, that's for sure.
But on the subs, I tend to say I would tend to leave it on the bracelet.
I like the bracelet, but on a bluesy, Arch, because you don't want to muck up the bracelet, right? It's got those gold center links. I can understand that.
Do you know how hard it is to take the bracelet off? They're not easy.
Well, you go to an AD. You go to an AD, they'll do it for you. I'm pretty sure. Can they? Or will they?
It's just shit. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not ideal, for sure. It's definitely not ideal.
It's just shit. I don't understand why, you know.
I tend to agree, Arch.
I just got, the guy sent me the $1,000 deposit. It just turned up now. Because he banks with a bank. They hold it for a day until the time comes up. I'm just going to text him now. I'm selling it tomorrow. You know that?
Arch, I'm so happy that you're selling the Tudor. I'm happy for you. I told you not to buy the Tudor to begin with, but I'm happy you're selling it now.
I lost money, Marco. I lost money. It's.
But just to go back to answer to this, Arch.
What color? Yeah.
I think blue.
If you're gonna, I'd go for blue. Go for a blue strap. Go for if you're gonna put a rubber strap on, you're gonna go for. Forget leather. Go for rubber bee, you know, rubber bee or an Everest strap. I'd go for their blue. That's what you'd have to do that, man. And I even like it where you got the clasp. You know, you can use the. I don't know how they do that. You can use some special clasp on it.
Yeah.
Toyota Mo, $5. Great show, Arch and Mark. Love the watch talk. Remember, even upvote the middle finger to the Rat Pack, old nasty crew. I got to tell you, Marco, it has been actually. Let me just say this to you. This has been a really enjoyable show just to talk watches with you. And I really, you know, we might even just have a Marco only day. You know that if you in sometime occasionally, because this is, man, I love to talk.
This is Arch. Independence is what I love. This is right up my wheelhouse. When we talk like this, I love these kind of.
Do you understand, Marco? The reason that it's not that I hate independence. It's just that I've always needed to liquidate. Because just the type of, I'm not a rich man. I'm a poor man from a poor family. I'm from
I understand
Brisbane. Perth Luxury, $2. Marco, please talk with fake posh English accent.
That's not going to be good. The only thing I know how to say is "Hello, governor." That's it. But it's terrible. It's not even close to being good.
Look at that. Look at that. And we got
all I can say.
Muhammad Ali, £5. It's a 2021 ceramic. You know what, Muhammad? Keep it. Don't take it off. Don't take it off.
No, do it.
Okay.
On the blue strap. The blue strap.
Blue strap. Okay, do it on the blue. There you go. And I want to keep the buckle. Can you take the what do they do? They take the clasp thing out, or
they can do it. Yeah, they can do it. But I would recommend just get a second aftermarket. Just get an aftermarket clasp. If you're going to take off the bracelet, why the hell would you ruin the clasp?
Yeah, good point.
Right.
Bear Clooney watches, $2. Very enjoyable show. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. And I love you all. Great watch talk. I got to tell you, here's a thought for you just before we go. What do you think of these small independents, particularly some of the German independents? What they'll do is they use a stock Omega movement and decorate it. Do you understand what I mean? What do you think of that? They customize. Right. Some of the German makers have done that. Does that make sense?
So there's something that I have to say. Ever since the in-house kind of push, Arch, it's like anything that isn't in-house is considered, it's not that good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It doesn't mean because a Lomania 2310, which is the 321 movement, which was used by Patek in the 5070, doesn't make that a shit movement because it's not in-house. No. You know what I mean? So as long as the movement isn't a run-of-the-mill movement and it's decorated well, I don't really have a problem with it. My PAM has an ETA movement, and listen, it's a chronometer spec ETA. It works well, manual wind. It's finished by a machine, but finished nicely. I don't have a problem with watches like that, Arch. Yeah. I mean, even Arch, Daniel Roth, Daniel Roth, who's an independent watchmaker. He did chronographs where he used the El Primero movement, slightly modified it, made a few tweaks. That doesn't make it any less good of a watch because he used the El Primero movement. I think it's still fantastic,
Wrap this baby up. Here we go. Yellow raincoat, $5.50. Keep the Marco only shows. He adds to your product, Archie. Look, I love the other team. The team is fantastic. The crew
is fun.
I love JJ. I love ABC. I love Birmingham. Who else did we miss? Did we miss anyone else? Who else is there? I can't remember, but we had a great.
Everybody. Plastic in small
comes on, in small doses.
James, ABC, Doc.
Perth Luxury comes on. Right. Meth Witch, LA Meth Witch. Good stream, Arch. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Guys, I will see you later. And by the way, guys, on the Paul Pluta channel, I just made a video about timepiece, gentlemen.
Arch, come on, you got to stop doing these timepiece. Just
they rate well. They rate so well, man. Crypto crap and security concerns. Later, guys. See you later. See you tomorrow.